Hello dears, welcome to the next physics class, and today we are going to discuss about the Newton's third law. So there are only three laws, and today we discuss the third law of motion. It is also given by Newton, so we call that as Newton's third law of motion. And before stating the law, let me put some questions to you. So these are some situations. First one, how a bird can fly up. What are the different forces acting? Is there any forces acting in forward direction? Is there any forces acting on downward direction? How a bird can fly up in the atmosphere? That's first question. Then second question, a swimmer can easily swim in water. The swimmer can easily move forward. Is there any force pushing him in the forward direction? Is there any force acting in downward direction? So if there is a force in forward, definitely there will be a backward force because equal and opposite force. So is there any forcing acting on the swimmer to push him forward? Is there any force acting in the downward direction? That is the second question. And third question, how we can easily walk on the ground or walk on the floor? How we can move forward while walking? Is there any force acting in forward direction that bring us in forward direction? And is there any force acting in downward direction when we walk? Fourth question. How a bullet can fire from a gun? How a bullet can move. Bullet is having very small mass. It can move very fastly from the gun. Who is exerting force? Is there any force acting in forward direction that helping the bullet to move forward? Is there any force acting in downward direction? Is there any movement for the gun in the backward direction? Okay, let's think about all this. Okay, so these are some of the situations where we can see some of the forces, one in forward direction and one in the backward direction. And we explain the examples again. The first example, how a bird can move or fly up. Bird with its wings, it is applying a force in the downward direction, or a bird is applying some force to move the wings in the downward direction. As a result of that, that is a force acting in the forward direction. As a result, or the movement of the wings in backward direction, then bird can move in the forward direction. So the bird is pushing air outside, backside, and as a result of that, the bird can move forward. So there is a force acting forward, and in reverse there is a force acting in backward direction. So there is a forward force as well as a backward force. These two forces are equal and opposite. First is the force of action. Second is the force of reaction. Action is in one direction, reaction is in the other direction. Action is acting forward, reaction is acting backward. So there is an action and reaction. Two forces are acting that help the bird to move or fly up and up. So this is the statement. This is a universally accepted fact that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So bird is pushing the air in backward direction with its wings, and the body of the bird is moving up and up. So forward, backward. Clear? So this is a force of action, force of reaction. So this is according to the Newton's law. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. And in the second example, how a swimmer can swim easily. Swimmer is acting a force by pushing water in these two directions. The swimmer is acting a force. Clear? And as a result of that, water is applying a backward force, or water pushes the swimmer in the forward direction. Swimmer is acting a force in the downward direction. The water is exerting a force in the forward direction that pushes the swimmer in forward direction. So there is a force of action, force of reaction. Swimmer is acting a force of action and water is acting a force of reaction. So in this example also we can see a force of action and a force of reaction, and these two are equal and opposite. So a swimmer can easily move forward. And in third example, when we walk on the ground, what happens? We pushes the ground. We apply a force on the ground, and as a result, and in the opposite direction, the ground pushes our body forward. We are pushing the floor or ground backward, but the ground or floor is acting a force that pushes our body forward. So for action, reaction. So this law of action and reaction is called Newton's law, or Newton's law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. One more example, the gun. A small bullet is moving out of the gun very easily when we apply some force on it. And as a result, that is a forward movement or the force of action. What is the force of reaction? When the bullet is fired from the gun will move or jerk backward, or the gun will move little backward. That is the reaction. So movement of the bullet in forward direction is the action. Due to that force of gun, or due to the force of that bullet, the bullet will exert a equal and opposite force on the gun. As a result of that, gun moves little backward. That we call that jerking of the gun or recoiling of the gun. The movement of gun in backward direction due to the high movement of bullet from the gun. Bullet is exerting a force on the gun. Gun is also exerting a force on the bullet. So a forward movement, force of action, a backward movement, a force of reaction. This is a force of action and reaction. This is a universally accepted fact. So that is why we are calling this as a statement, and this is donated by or given by a great scientist named Newton. So we call this as Newton's third law. So this is a statement: for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Action in the one direction, reaction in the opposite direction. Action is forward, reaction is backward. Clear? Action is up, reaction is down. So these two are equal in magnitude. Action and reaction are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So this is Newton's third law of motion. So we can explain some of our movements with the help of the Newton's third law. So now we discussed all the laws: first law, second law of motion, and third law of motion. And these three laws are enough to explain different types of motion existing in the universe, or motion of all the objects existing in the universe can be easily explained on the basis of Newton's law of motion and Newton's laws of motion, and that is the importance of Newton's laws of motion. So with this we conclude the Newton's laws. Thank you. Thank you very much.